looking at multiplication and division. Again, we need to look at the sign of our original problems, or of our original numbers. If our original numbers have the same sign, meaning they're both positive or they're both negative, my answer is going to always be positive. If the original two integers have different signs, then my answer is negative. First example, -4 times 2, I just multiply like usual, 4 times 2 is 8. And then I get my sign of my answer using the second part. If the two original numbers have different signs, my answer is negative. So -4 times +2 leads to a final answer of -8. Here, however, I still multiply 4 by 2, which is 8. But since both of my original integers had the same sign, they were both negative, my final answer is positive. So -4 times -2 is +8. Division, same thing. We divide like we would if these were both just regular numbers, regular whole numbers. 4 divided by 2 is 2. And then since my original integers have different signs, one positive and one negative, my final answer is -2. Last example for multiplication and division. 4 divided by 2 is 2. But now since my original two numbers were both negative, my final answer is now positive. So for multiplication and division, same sign, both positive, both negative, my answer is positive. For multiplication and division, if the two original integers have different signs, my answer is negative. Now when we are practicing our integer operations, often we use more than two integers and more than one operation. And when that's happening, we need to perform our operations according to the order of operations, or PEMDAS. Sometimes we call PEMDAS GEMS. So if that's what you're used to, GEMS or PEMDAS is what we're thinking about. The P in PEMDAS stands for parentheses. In GEMS, we have grouping symbols. So we perform whatever inside the parentheses first, including if there's a fraction bar. Next comes exponents, and then we multiply or divide in whatever order those two operations occur, from left to right. Finally, we add or subtract, again, just from left to right. Here are two examples that we can practice our order of operations. This first one, -5 minus 6 plus 2, is included because often students think that they should add first. The only reason you would add first is if that 6 plus 2 were in parentheses, which it's not. So when we're faced with addition and subtraction, we just perform our operations from left to right. -5 minus 6, oh, this is a great chance to practice a couple of things. -5 minus 6 is the same as -5 plus -6. -5 plus -6 is just 5 plus 6, which is 11, and then my final answer is negative. And then I need to add 2 to -11. -11 plus 2, I subtract. 11 minus 2 is 9. And then my bigger integer in absolute value is that 11, so my final answer is -9. Next example, 1 plus -3 times -4. Here I multiply first, so multiplying comes before adding. -3 times -4 is +12, and then I'm still going to need to add 1. So 1 plus 12 is just 13.